Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing an 8-4 single elimination Eldritch Moon Shadows over Innistrad draft. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Jamie's draft. This is the first time she's done a draft on the channel. If you like her work, be sure to support her at twitch.tv/JamieTopples. And of course, give support to Travis, twitch.tv/Semulin. And if you like to watch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Inez27. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed and like the videos. Thank you so much. On to the pack. All right, we've got Hanweir Garrison here. I think I'm going to first pick it. Reason being, you can pretty easily pick up the battlements. They tend to go late. The hard part's getting the Garrison. And I have made the Writhing Township before. It's very good. But beyond that, Garrison's just a good card. Well costed, 2/3 body, and it just spits out an army. So if it's not dealt with in a couple turns and you can make the board, immediately pass on your battlements. Well, what do you know? There's an incendiary flow here. We could try and just wheel the battlements, but I kind of want to just take it now. I mean, flow is clearly better, and to be honest, we probably wheel the battlements. Flow is going to be infinitely better. Like, this card is super strong. Exile is very relevant. It's the last remaining red card in this pack. And there's other good cards in this pack. Like, why don't we do a count? That's the best way to do it. So I take this. What's going to be taken next? Probably the Dryad, the Malevolence, the Maniac, the Paladin, the Scab, the Stitchwing, the Cathar, the Cat. Yeah, Battlements is wheeling. No one wants this card unless someone else opened Garrison. We're going to wheel this Battlements. We're going to take this Incendiary Flow. All right, on to the next pick. So we have Haunted Dead. Play black-red tokens. We have Abandoned Reason, which is a very good trick. Kessig Prowler, which I like a lot. Might still be in our best interest to just continue cut red, because I do know that Abandoned Reason is a good card. I mean, Haunted Dead is pretty good too. No problems with this. And Kessig Prowler, like I said, all of these are good, and the Malevolence for that matter. But I've been pretty impressed with Abandoned Reason, and there's no reason to, at this point, diverge from red. None of these cards scream, jump into my color. But Abandoned Reason is a good reason to stay on color, so let's do it. Okay. Huh. So we have Angler, which is very good. We have Falconwrath Reaver, which is a 2-drop. Another red spell. I mean, it's efficiently costed. It's not crazy good. And Light Maniac is pretty good. I probably like the Angler more this early than the Maniac, but they're both legitimately good blue cards. Seeing them 4th pick could be the sign we're looking for to maybe start going red-blue, which can go multi-directions. You don't have to be red-blue spells. It can be red-blue tempo, red-blue spells. Also Olivia's Dragoon, which is good. I like the Angler quite a bit. And I also like the Maniac. The Maniac's better for a merge, but Angler's good for a merge too. Both of these cards are significantly better than Reaver. And worth, in my opinion, possibly going in. I've had some pretty good experiences with the Angler here. I'm going to take it. All right. Take the Ingenious Scab. I know it's a good blue card. No good red card in here. A few good black cards, but nothing crazy. Ingenious Scab is fantastic, though, so I'm happy to take it, especially in a red-blue deck. All right. Seeing a late Subjugator Angel again. Very surprising. No good red pick. I mean, there is a Stensia Innkeeper. It's not that great. I definitely want to play red. The 3 red cards I have right now are good, but Innkeeper is certainly worse than Subjugator. I guess we'll take Subjugator. Maybe I'm not blue. This is the second time I've gotten a 6th pick Subjugator. There's just no one liked this card anymore. Have I immediately just gotten to the point where this card's not good anymore? It seems hard to believe since I've won games with it and I've gotten crushed by it. How is this card not good? We'll take it. Could still end up red-white, maybe. All right. Good time to pick up our Outcast in red. Awesome card. Like I said, it tends to always go late. I'm never surprised. Well, I'm always surprised when I see it late, but it always goes late. and I don't understand why, because it is such a crazy card when it flips. And it's certainly more exciting than any of the other red cards in here. I actually like Spontaneous Mutation, but we're going to take the Outcast. Okay, all right. So we have Fortune's Favor in blue, Geistfield Scarecrow, which I actually like. Borrowed Grace, excellent trick. Probably the safest pick is the Scarecrow, since I think it's just going to make the deck. And so it's guaranteed to make the deck, and it's not too much worse. I mean, Borrowed Grace is excellent with Hanweir Garrison, no doubt. I'm not 100% sure it's a sign we're seeing it this late that white is open. I mean, last time I got past the 6-pick Subjugator, it didn't mean it was open. We'll take the Scarecrow. I like the Fortune's Favor too, though. Well, now we're seeing Ride Down. Maybe we are supposed to be in white. Red-white specifically. All right, we can take the Ride Down over the Fiendbinder. Yeah, all right. Wait, we didn't wheel the Hanweir Battlements? I'm so surprised. I am surprised. How could people take Battlements over any of these cards? That doesn't make sense to me. Unless someone else opened Hanweir Garrison, that really doesn't make sense. I think we're going to take the Paladin over the Cathar. Cathar is a better aggressive creature, but I like the Faithbearer Paladin a lot. I don't know. I found it to be a little bit more of a mid-rangey format, as other people have too. We'll take the Guardian here. It seems like we're supposed to be red-white. All right. Could theoretically see me playing an Impaler. All right, Long Road Home, little removal protection. Take the Waxing Moon, I guess. All right. All right, so we have Extricator, we have Insatiable Gorgers. Both of these are fine. Good beaters. I do like Extricator. I really like Gorger a lot too, though. They're both pretty fantastic cards. What are the chances of us getting Delirium? Extricator's really not that good unless you can get Delirium. So we have instant, sorcery, creature, artifact. I mean, that's not a bad start. But Gorger really doesn't require any setup. It's just going to come down and be a threat. It does have to attack in, though, which can be a problem. Probably works better with Ride Down. I think I'm going to take the Gorger. It feels like a little bit more of a Gorger deck. I don't know if that's right. Ooh, I see. So we have Weaver of Lightning, currently synergizing with Incendiary Flow, Ride Down, Long Ride Home, Abandon Reason, which is not bad. We could take a second Subjugator, though, which I'm kind of leaning towards. Tapping your opponent's board is pretty insane. And just paying 6 mana for a 4-power flyer is really not that bad either. You do wish it was a 4/4, but it's not. I like the Weaver. This doesn't exactly seem like a Weaver deck. For trying to be aggressive, you don't really want incremental value cards like Weaver. Whereas cards like Subjugator that are like, oh, okay, everything on your board can attack now, just seems to make a little more sense to me. Gyre Reach Sanitarium, rather. Okay, this pack is devoid of cards we need, so maybe we just take the Boon of Emrakul. Yeah, I guess that'll work. I mean, I could take the Sanitarium. Doesn't feel like I'll need it. We do have a couple Madness cards. I mean, we're not going to play Boon of Emrakul, I don't think. It's too late to really diverge from the path we've chosen at this point. All right, we'll take the Sanitarium. Maybe we play it. Ooh, Bombardment. All right. Take it over the Slayer. No value from Slayer yet anyway. But happy to take Bombardment, especially considering we only have Incendiary Flow. Well, we have a couple other tricks and removal at the moment, so that's not bad. Okay. So we can take the Slayer in the hopes that we pick up an Aura. Or we take the Innkeeper, which is Probably not necessary. I don't know. I've been pretty impressed with the Slayer overall. I like it. Another Faithbearer Paladin, which seems fine to me, actually. Or we can take the Reaver. Actually, maybe Reaver, which I don't love, but we've got double Subjugator, Angel of Light, and Pack Outcast, and Faithbearer Paladin. It's not like our late game is lacking, whereas you can really, we could definitely use some more cheap spells, so we'll take it. I just don't really particularly like the Reaver all that much, but geez, that's a late Scavenger. Still going to take the Slayer. Actually, at this point, we want some... Ooh, Borrowed Grace is a really nice pickup for us. I love this card. So here's the first pack we opened. Guess we'll take the Cleansing in case we need it. Maybe Hate the Malevolence. Alright, maybe Hate the Mutation. I just don't feel like we're going to need multiple copies of Iron Rites Cleansing. It seems totally unnecessary. Do I really want Harmless Offering? I guess not, but I don't care if my opponent plays those. And who knows, maybe this is actually worth something now that it's a standard deck. I doubt it. I doubt it. So what does this deck need? It needs some more cheap stuff. It wouldn't mind. I can definitely play some auras in here. We didn't get any of the choking restraints, but we can pick up like Hope Against Hope or whatever the other white one is that I'm overlooking right now. I mean, I would certainly play True Faith Sensor in here too. That would be good. Very late Foul Bloods. Kind of feel like we got cut in red going this direction, although we did see the fairly late Bombardment. But, I mean, we're still doing fine. We're still on track to make a perfectly good deck here. Jeez. Well, if I must, yeah, we'll take Sorin. Maybe if we're lucky, find a way to splash him. That would be nice. Certainly a strong card. We don't have any other black cards worth splashing. I mean, it doesn't feel like you should splash a Borrowed Malevolence or a Thraben Foulblood. Thankfully, we're not passing anything of real substance in white or red. Maybe Vessel of Ephemera, which isn't even that good for us anyway, so take the Sorin. Ooh, gifted a Fiery Temper, so I think we'll slam that. Over the Inspector or the Fox or the Geist. Any of which we would also play, but come on, it's Fiery Temper. How can I refuse? Ooh, Dance with Devils. I've always loved this card. This pack's got this pack has everything we want in it. I want the True Fate Sensor. I want the Dance with Devils. I want the Silver Strike. I want the Purge. I want it all, and I can't have it all. So, human count is currently Slayer, Garrison, Paladin. So it's not like a ton. Dance with Devils is fantastic. Angelic Purge is going to be better for us than Silver Strike because it's more of a catch-all. I mean, we certainly need a few more creatures in here. I just love that True Faith Sensor just lets you keep pushing damage through, though. Which is just so nice. But maybe we just prefer the Purge. It's pretty hard removal. That's a tough one. That is a tough pick. I think we are going to actually go with the Purge. I don't know if it's right. We'll find out. All right. I can play Killer here. I can also play the Pyrehound. Pyrehound has Bombardment, Flow, Ride Down, Long Road Home, if we play it, Abandon Reason, Fiery Temper, Borrowed Grace. That's a lot. Purge. We have 8 spells for Pyrehound already. It's pretty impressive, actually. Especially for a red-white deck. Huh. Otherwise, it's Killer, which is also fine. But I'm actually kind of impressed with Pyrehound right now. I think we're going to take it. Scarecrow would let us splash for Sorin. It still doesn't really strike me as a deck that's wanting to fuss around with that. Ooh. Well, I do have a love of Strength of Arms, but I think we actually need some more cheap creatures, so we're going to slam this Inspector. Uncaged Fury is fantastic too. But we don't have a shortage of removal or tricks in this deck, which is a bonus. All right. Actually, you know what's funny is I've found Nahiri's Machinations is very strong as in a deck that can actually support the activated ability. So I think we very easily could play Nahiri's Machinations in here. Like, in the mid to late game, it really does make your guy straight up, like, unblockable. It's insane. Not unblockable, but they just do not want to block it. So we can play the Sanguinary Mage. I think I might like Kindred more. We can't activate the ability, but don't overlook that Trample. A Trample is good. I mean, if we had more buff spells, it would make a little more sense. I really don't like Ethereal Guidance if we've already got Grace. Although Borrowed Grace is an argument for the Kindred over the Mage, too. Mage doesn't beat down as effectively, I think, as Kindred does. Let's maybe cut the Long Road Home. We're looking like a 17 land deck. I don't think Sorin's going to happen. I'm not feeling it in this deck. It feels more like we've got the goods where we can just remain 2-color and be good. Oh my god, another opportunity to pick up True Fate Sensor, or we can... Well, this is tough now. This is actually getting challenging. So, Dauntless Cathar I would take over Vampire, especially now that X1s are a little bit vulnerable in this format. But I'm seriously considering, do I want this True Fate Sensor? I can take it here, I can play it, I can cut this Bold Impaler. I think I'm going to take it. This card is just fantastic. I get everything I want. So let's cut that. Let's take the Vessel here, which is fine. It's not really what we want. I don't think we'll play it, but... Okay, second Inspector is fantastic. We're going to take it over the Geist, especially with True Fate Sensor now. It's just great. Wow, 2 True Fate Sensors? Honestly, I'm pretty surprised they're wheeling. This has been a weird 8-4 draft. We didn't wheel the Hanweir Battlements when I was almost positive we would. We don't need this Shard of Broken Glass. So, like I said, the only reason I would think someone would take Hanweir Battlements over those pretty good cards that were passed in the last 5 picks would be if someone else had a Hanweir Garrison. That card is honestly, it's borderline unplayable outside of that. I can say that, too. That's not a stretch. It really is like borderline an unplayable card outside of having Hanweir Garrison. So I'm very surprised someone took it, because I also don't think it's worth anything. Take Epiphany, which is actually a good limited card. Surprised to see it that late. That's also odd. All around, this has been a very odd 8-4 draft. Sure. Take the Scab from somebody, I guess. So we should probably play all 15 creatures, which means... Okay, all right. Let's make just a solitary, probably... I guess we can probably cut one of our True Fate Sensors. 2 of them does seem a bit unnecessary, especially in a deck that only has, what, 3, 4, 5? I mean, the sad thing about Ironclad Slayers is they're 3-mana 3/2s. But it does seem like at a bare minimum we really should be playing 15 creatures. So I really don't want to cut anymore, especially considering we're running some combat tricks here. Well, I guess just Borrowed Grace and Abandon Reason, but that's enough for me. All right, let's unless... Do I want to keep both True Fate Sensors and maybe cut the Abandon Reason? I could actually do that. I don't have a huge issue with that. I mean, True Fate Sensor is just really powerful. It's just a great mana sink. Just makes all of your dudes a big threat. Like, think of it on a Scarecrow. 5/5 Vigilance. That's so good. 6/4 Vigilance. Like... I might just be okay cutting Abandon Reason here. I do want the Machinations too, though. I love this card. And I just don't want to cut any of our creatures. Like, maybe our weakest creature, honestly, is... Well, it wouldn't be the Slayer because we have the True Fate Sensor, so I guess it would be the Kindred. But I don't want to cut a Kindred. So I think we are actually going to cut Abandon Reason? That's kind of crazy, but it's not like we're lacking in... I mean, I guess we're lacking a little bit in combat tricks, but removal being Bombardment, Ride Down, Flow, Temper, and then still having double True Fate Sensor and Machinations, like, that's so good. True Fate Sensor Machinations is insane. Just Vigilance, Indestructible, anything you block with, I'm going to kill. That is so good. All right. Let's cut the Abandoned Reason, which is surprising because this is like, I would imagine an archetypal card for this deck. But like I said, I really don't want to cut a creature. Wait, I still have to make another cut? Oh, man. Life is so hard. Yeah, I think I want to run 17 lands in this deck. I mean, we've got the Outcast, we have double Subjugator. This is an instance where it's a tough last pick, though. Or last cut. God, is it an actual creature? I guess it could be. I really don't want it to be. And even if it is, which one is it? Like a Reaver? Oh, man. Do we have to cut a True Fate Sincere? I really don't want to. By the same token, I really don't want to cut Borrowed Grace either, though. Oof, that is tough. And it's not going to be Machinations. Not in them. Oh, man. Maybe it is the Kindred and I go for 14 creatures. Man, I'm not in love with it. It could actually be the Reaver instead, but then I'm pretty creature... It's not that I'm creature light. I'm early game light, though. But these things set up so well. Oh, man. I could just cut a Reaver. It is a pretty worthless creature in our deck. Besides not synergizing with True Fate Sincere, it's just a Grizzly Bear with no synergies in here. Alright, I think I'm going to cut the Reaver. So we only have 14 creatures, which can be dangerous, but we do have some big threat creatures, so I think I'm okay with that. I don't think we're going to play the Sanitarium either. I mean, I guess we have some synergies with it. Maybe because I'm running 17. What do we have? Fiery Temper. That's it? I have one Madness card? Alright, maybe... No, I guess we have two. So we have two Madness cards. Probably not worth it. We want to just be landing lands. I mean, I could do an 8-8 split, I guess, plus the Sanitarium. It is a mana sink. Maybe let's give it a try. Why not? I mean, we're not like hyper color intensive, right? We have a couple double red, a couple double white, but we're running 17 lands and I don't know. Try it out. All right. So yes, we're missing some early game, I admit, but we have a good late game plan. And I think we can get through some defenses. We are lacking a little bit of evasion, but not enough where I'm worried. We've got double Subjugator Angel, right? All right. Yeah, this deck seems fine. All right, running low on time. We'll see you round one.